Reptiles Frenzies, and I thought today we'd meet my reptiles. Okay guys, we're going to start off with my filming station, well soon to be filming station. Right now I don't even have my computer plugged in, we just set this up today. I've got a couple of stuffed animals, it's a snake. I've got a couple of paint swatches for the room. If you see anything you think we should suggest. Ron John sticker, some of the cards where I've gotten some of my reptiles through. This is actually an advertisement card for one of my enclosure tanks. Set here now, it looks like a hot mess. This is my floppy croc. He's just a little rubber crocodile. Sorry about the poor lighting, guys. I'm really working on this room hard. Some pencil lead. I've got a little stuffed tortoise. He actually came from the zoo that you've seen in the beginning of this video for our opening intro today. I've got a cup. There is a knife for unboxing videos. There's a file in there that I use on my leopard gecko. He likes to rub against it. He's kind of weird. There's a lamp that doesn't work because my dog actually chewed the cord to it. And if we turn this way, I'm going to show, there's my phone. This is my little seating chair when I do my socializing. We're going to turn this light on. This will eventually be my quarantine room. If you walk into here, it's kind of small. This part of the wall right here is going to be where my shelving rack's going to be. That's just a bunch of extra totes and closures and everything else like that. A drill to drill holes in totes. That is my Boa's travel tote, which I have to take this in because the clip's actually busted off of it. This side's just empty. There's some books that we're going to box up. If you walk out, you'll see my chameleon's enclosure, which right now he is down in this little bitty tank. Due to the fact that I was unsure if he was eating alright, so I put him in a smaller enclosure inside of a bigger enclosure with his enclosure door open. This is Ringo. He is a Panther's chameleon. He's only about 4 months old. I wish he wasn't like inside right now. Like, he's glaring at me. He's usually in bed by now. He's started to get his coloration in. You can kind of see like the green going down his side. He gets a little red. He's actually just started shedding too, which is so exciting. But I put him in a smaller enclosure inside of his huge enclosure, which this is getting all redone this week. I actually have a couple things coming on Amazon so I can redo this all. And once I feel comfortable with his eating, then he'll go back into the full enclosure, which right now he can actually leave this and go out, but he's content. Next to him, we have some rubber duckies. We have Alfie, and I'm going to go ahead and put a picture of Alfie up because this is a temporary tote until this whole entire wall, basically, from there all the way to the corner, will be 6 large enclosures. And then Ringo's cage here will actually be moved to somewhere else in the room. I haven't figured it out yet. Pretty good sized room. It's just a hot mess right now. But right now, Alfie's in there. I'm going to put a picture in of her. Over here, I have my crested gecko, who is hiding up under there. Actually, I may be able to pop this open. Yeah, and we're fighting gnats. I got some crickets from a local pet store, and they were not good crickets. So now I have a gnat problem. So they like his tank because, and yes, this is okay for the size he is. He's only about a month and a half to 2 months. But I mean, it's a decent sized little tank. And there's another one of those gnats. Urgh. I've actually just cleaned this out today. I did everybody's clean out today, actually. This is Zero. He's about a 3-month-old red ear slider. He's gonna be all like, no. I wish this picture would, camera would kind of focus a little better. Here, I can actually take him out. This could be so bad at me. Hi, buddy. Put you in the light. This is Zero. He's about 3 months old. a friend of mine actually brought him to me, and he's such a sweetheart. His head's usually out and about. He's not a fan of the whole camera thing. So, let's stick him back in here. He likes his little half log thing in here, but he's got a rock over here he climbs up on, and he actually gets sunlight from that window there. I'm getting ready to put up their lamp, actually. I haven't quite finished setting up the room for the day. In here, but you can't see them, there is 2 adult female red ear sliders, and they're down for the night. They hide in this far corner over here at night. Walk over to here. We have heat mats that are bare and exposed. Really warm and cozy too. Here we have some dubia roaches, which I'm gonna make them all angry. I just put them in this tote today. There's some kind of chilling out underneath there. And actually I got this colony about a week ago, and I haven't had any of them die yet, and I'm really, really, really happy with that. Crickets, however, I am down to about 3 crickets. I bought 36 late last week, trying to get my chameleon to eat some variety, and I am down to about 3 or 4. So, needless to say, I will just be ordering my crickets offline if I do more crickets. My leopard gecko seems to like them more, so I'll just order a large batch offline. And this tote, we have my little Miss Sassy Pants today. Let's see where she is at. She's feeling extra cranky today. She did eat yesterday, so that could be part of her problem. She ate her first frozen Todd. So we are going to carefully lift this. This is Josie. She is about 8 weeks old. She's little. You've seen pictures of her. And actually, she's in my very first video here on YouTube. I'm going to try and hide back over her. She's so sassy. It's almost time for her to come out and explore, actually, so. But she's got kind of a simple setup right now, just because I was trying to make sure she was comfortable with eating. Later this week, she will be bumped up into a larger tote, like my corn snakes are. So, right now, she's just in one, just because I wanted her to eat. I wanted her to be comfortable. Her heat mat's back here. It's about 85, bumps up to about 87 degrees, and drops down to about 79 now. I had to switch everything around because my corn snakes used to be on there, and since it's about 79 degrees in here, everybody's content. This tote is, those of you that know me personally, you know who's in here. This is Cookie. He is my 5-year-old leopard gecko. He was shipped to me from Georgia. And I do believe he is a tempered albino. There we go. But he actually is the one that took a good chunk out of my finger. You can kind of see the scar there. He's a little, cantankerous some days. He's actually gotten a lot better. He chills out on my leg and stuff whenever I clean his tote. Alright, come on now. You gotta scoot the leg. He's for a second, so excuse the poor scenery of what you guys get to look at. Okay, I'm back. I believe he is probably hiding somewhere. If I have to, I'll put a clip in of him too. Oh, he's back there in the back. I don't know how well you can see him. He is just a snow corn. He just turned a year this month. I'm really pleased with him. He's getting so pretty. His white is coming through, and I wish you could see his face. He's not, he used to actually be my grouch, but he really was. All right, hold on a second again. And I'm back. This one is my checkered garter. Come here. Her name is Laverne. She is so teeny tiny. Oh, you be a good girl. She's usually really calm and mellow. Right now she's spazzy. Focus on her cute little face. Of course not. Would you? Try to see if I can get her to focus a little bit. But she's just a regular checkered garter. And this is her newest tote. She likes a lot of space. So she's got a piece of bark back here to hide under. She's got some rocks, leaves. No escaping, Laverne. Alright, and be right back. Okay. And I'm back. This is actually, she's already starting to poke her head out. She is very social. I enjoy her quite a bit. Hello, my little noodle. Are you going to come out and say hello? This is Coral. She is a coral snow coral snow corn snake. I'm trying to see. I don't know how well you can see her pink hues. Well, you can kind of see them along her body there. Actually, her saddle pattern is even pink in between, and those spots that are kind of translucent will eventually be white. She's like, what is this? She's a year old too. She's a yearling. There you go. You're okay. But she actually has some black roses in there because I think they look pretty when she climbs across them. I know. So morbid. So scary. She's actually a real sweetheart. Whenever I actually unboxed her, she is the only one that tried to latch on to me. Oh, Cookie's coming out. He's realized that he can be the center of attention now. Okay, now if we go down here, this little girl gets a little spazzy, so I'm going to try and do this without stressing her out too bad. Alright, this is Rose. She is my 3-year-old's classic corn. She's really pretty. I think she's gorgeous. She's just your regular, run-of-the-mill. She's not happy with me. She was in the bed. But there's my 3-year-old Rose. She will be breeding hopefully next spring. Yes, I know. You're so unhappy. She's not a fan of being put back into the tote, but she's also not a fan of being taken out at first. So she's kind of backwards, but I enjoy her. She's a great enjoyment. She's a good girl. And over to my next tote. Not quite sure. This is Peaches. A fun game of trying to find peaches. Yeah, and they have plants and stuff. I know some people aren't a fan of a whole. Oh, you have your snakes in a tote. Maybe I can see. Oh, there's part of Peaches. There's the backside of Peaches. She is just an A-male. And I actually got her and Kane from the same breeder. A-list Reptiles, I do believe is what it's called. Their card is on my desk. If you go back in the video, you'll see it. I probably got it wrong, but I can double check. Okay. And down here on the very bottom is my PRO. Well, actually, she's just an RO. Oh, cool. She's out. Without spilling the water, without traumatizing her. She is a little jumpy. She's a little shy, so I'm kind of glad she is out. But she is just downright gorgeous. I have a female tessera of the same pattern on order also. And I will be getting a male to pair with both of them. So I'll be excited. Unfortunately, I'll have to wait a little bit longer to do her breeding pairing. She's a year old, but the other ones are just hatching right now, actually. The female is about a month old that I have on order. And the the male hasn't even hatched yet. So it could be a little while before I have babies out of her. About 2 more years to have babies out of her and her. And then hopefully this spring she will be ready to go. And that's all my reptiles, all but 2. Right now I have 2 of them that are on escape artist mode. My male corn snake that is 3 years old, Rusty, has escaped, and I have a Valley's garter that recently has escaped also due to a small, tiny little hole in her enclosure. So we are on the hunt. They are somewhere either in here or in the bathroom. We've kind of torn apart in here, so I think they're in the bathroom. If they're in the bathroom, I keep this room pretty warm. We keep the bathroom pretty warm. The rest of the house is only at 75 degrees, so it's not that bad. They're both indigenous species to cooler climate. Well, the Valleys is from California, but from the cooler part of California, up in the northern part, thank goodness. So, thank you, and you guys have a wonderful day. Bye!